On the day of the Ash Wednesday fires, we were burning in Aireys Inlet, and we had many friends in Macedon who were suffering as well. And not long after that there was a wedding, and my ex-husband Ray and I and a chap from Macedon called Greg Kennedy, who's here today also, just came up with the idea, why don't the two towns, the two experiences get together and make something good of a bad day.
There's 5 of us here today that played in the original game 30 years ago, but it's a good fellowship. Nothing's too serious now, mainly about having a beer and barbie and wine for the ladies, and, as cricket should be probably.
We've had some great games. So it was in the mountains one year and then the seaside the next. I suppose the original players are Hector and myself, and then the next generation and then the next gen. So there's probably 3, over the 30 years, 3 generations here today.
We're now priming a younger generation. We're starting our under 11s, and then next year we'll do under 13s, so that we've got generations of kids coming up to keep that tradition going. 30 overs, each team bats 4. And we'll change over, and then Mount Macedon are batting now. After their innings, we'll go in and bat, and hopefully we'll get a nice win.
Well, I was fortunate enough to play in the first game. Yeah, been fortunate to be every game, and probably played in a good 2/3 to maybe more I've played in.
The original one, there was a terrific crowd, yes. I suppose it would have been about 5,000 or 6,000 people here.
Yeah, well, it was down here. The ground's certainly improved since then.
Not green and beautiful like it is now. There was a lot more black surroundings. The first game was a game of hope, I would say, because it had been 12 months on. We sat around the ground and we had a little sign that said Aireys Town won't go down and no worries, mate, and all funny little Australian things, because we are good people, Australians, aren't we? So hope. The first game was hope.
It was a very intense game, and it got down to the last over. Scotty Holmes, one of our players, made 111 and put us right into the game.
First game down here, the ground was packed, and we had Bay 13 from Macedon and a Bay 13 from Aireys Inlet, and the old behind the shorts got dropped and all sorts of revolting things, but it was a great atmosphere, and they've sort of run along a little bit since then, but today was a bit of a high in emotion at the end because of the closeness. You know, it's the old adage in cricket, the game's never over until the last ball's bowled, and you got down to that eventful last over and we finished up a run ahead. So in terms of a cricket match, you know, if we had 40,000 here, they all would have been on the edge of their seats. Back in Macedon in 1983, I was principal at Mount Macedon Primary School, and that school got burnt down. And for the next 18 months of that school, we spent all our time trying to get their minds off, you know, living in a caravan, living in burnt out land. So there were street parties, and games like this is the same thing. It just gets their mind off it and draws them all together. So it's extremely important.
Anything that can lift the spirit, whether it be a game of cricket or something else, I think encourages people to get on and build their lives again. Yeah.
That urn that we played for, that was dug up by a friend of mine after the fires. The ashes of the fires that hit Macedon and Aireys Inlet are mixed in the urn together. And so I'm led to believe when I cark it, and mine are going in there as well.